And back in the day, buying a set of golf clubs was so simple. You walked into the pro shop, driver, 3 wood, 5 wood, 3 iron through to 9 iron, pitching wedge and sand wedge and a putter, and you were done. Dead simple, out you went and played golf. But now it's so difficult to get a set of golf clubs together. People stand in a golf shop looking at this, looking at this, looking at this. They end up with 16 clubs in the bag and realise that they're not allowed to do that. So we've got to balance your bag. We've got to get your bag set up correctly. So a couple of things that most people are going to have. They're probably going to have a driver in their bag, possibly a 3 wood, and then down at the other end, a putter, a sand wedge and a pitching wedge. And then within that, you've also got the option of putting extra wedges. Now I'm quite a big fan of extra wedges because I think you hit a lot of shots from that close in end. So possibly a lob wedge and maybe even a gap wedge. Then at the other end of the bag, we don't have to have 3 iron, 4 iron, 5 iron and up from there. We can look at replacing those hard to hit 3 and 4 irons with easier to hit hybrid golf clubs. Now when you look in tour players' bags, generally they will have driver and 3 wood, and then long irons or hybrids, and then mid to short irons, and then those extra wedges that I talked about. But you're looking at different golfers there. You're looking at people with different skill levels, also playing on different types of golf courses. Now, it's not a hard and fast black and white, you should do this or you should do this. It's a lot of trial and experimentation. It's a very personal preference. Personal to you, how you look and how you feel, how you swing the club, what your bad and good shots look like, but also the type of golf course that you play on. So I can't necessarily stipulate this handicap should use this many hybrid clubs, this handicap should use this many hybrid golf clubs. Some people, when they look down on a hybrid golf club, it just fills them with confidence. Well, if that's the case, put more and more into your bag. Get to a point necessarily where you don't actually have any irons, you just have 3 iron through to sand iron in hybrid golf clubs right the way through. Thomas Golf make a 14 hybrid golf club, so it's like a sand wedge, 50-60 degrees of loft, I think 54 degrees of loft maybe, loads of bounce on the sole, skims off the sand, pops the ball nicely up into the air, right the way down through the wedges, into the mid and short irons, and right the way down to the long irons, all in hybrid golf clubs. That would suit some people. Other people like the look of their wedges, like the look of their short irons. So there's no hard and fast black and white rule for this. One thing I would suggest is you experiment. You take 2 similar golf clubs to the driving range, hit them comparably and see which one gives you not just the best, but gives you the most consistent and the most forgiveness, and the most sort of shot dispersion needs to be nice and tight for length but also for accuracy. So if I take 2 3 irons down, a normal 3 iron and a 3 hybrid, hit 10 balls with each, I'll look for my tightest shot dispersion and then work out whether I'm going to keep my hybrid or keep my long iron. Try that with a 4, try that with a 5. You might feel there's a crossover somewhere where actually you prefer your irons or you prefer your hybrid clubs. But don't be afraid of having a bag full of hybrid golf clubs now. They're very useful, and nobody says you have to hit irons. If you're struggling to hit irons, consider putting hybrids right the way through your set.